Can bring the defense out, capable pick and pop shooter right there, just available, open, and knocking it down.
It's good to see for him. He's been dealing with sickness, spinning his way in on D'Amico. Got to get one up. It's Cardette for three. Back heel, rebound for Meyer.
Well, that's what you want Hopkins to do. He's
on the drive for Connor Enright. Well, Providence has made a habit of getting off to good starts in the Big East. DePaul, including 32 losses in a row in the regular season in the Big East. That's a little heavy for Rivera. And back to Enright for three. And a cool start from outside for DePaul.
The luxury of having Bryce Hopkins, who can rebound and push out and make plays in transition.
Dickie, are we going to see a two-point shot tonight? Not seen a two-point attempt yet, more than 3 minutes in.
Well, you're talking about last game, DePaul getting up 35-3.
It's a dunk. Skopman rocks the rim.
And that was able to happen because Rivera, an excellent shooter.
To the Providence bench. Well, we asked for a two-point try. We got it
for the dunk. Nice pass by Rivera. Connor, this DePaul team is very good on that passing. They get the paint touches, and they look to spray or look to drop off point shot opportunities.
Extra pass for Hopkins. Closeout came Cardette with a three.
Chicago, Cardette played at Chicago State. So we got a lot going on in town with some of the Friar players.
The Chicago color commentator, Guy Hopkins, heavy on the left, and it's out to DePaul. That was the first two-point try.
Found a fit here in Friartown, and unfortunately had an injury, but has come back and looks like he's back in action. And the Friars tried to have a lob play for their ATO after timeout, but good defense by DePaul to get him a look right away. He's a scorer, high-energy offensive player.
Both teams got a little bit long.
The game. He came off a great performance against BYU a couple of games ago, knocking down threes.
Gunn turns it over. His best as a Friar so far, and the leaner goes for Pierre.
Jaden Pierre taking over the score
for DePaul. Can't break free yet. Offensive rebound, Gunn can't stick that back.
But you can see the pace of the game, Connor.
Timeout for Chris Holtman. He stops it with Providence out to a 13-5 start in the Big East.
And then right here, hey, I'm looking for guys. Nobody's there. Mid-range pull-up Jay. And this is why Jaden Pierre is the leading scorer in the court.
A lot of that's on Pierre.
Yes, and he takes on the added responsibility of that point guard position of being a scorer. Breaks guys, and they look to him, the better the Friars are going to be as the season goes on. And he's improving in that area, Connor. I saw shots, but we're not locking down defensively, keeping the Friars out of the paint. And one of the keys, or one of the former scorer who was coming off the bench.
And DePaul has missed their last 6 shots, getting late in the clock, and that is rejected.
Security.
Calling security. Benson can't get it back. Arun Sayer flies in to stick it home.
And that's what Coach English is looking
at. For Arun Sayer. Open three. It goes to stop a 4-minute scoring drought for DePaul. Joseph doesn't pay it back. Rebound for Trainer.
J.J. Trainer is the X factor for this DePaul team. He used his body and his touch to avoid getting his shot blocked and a nice finish.
Arun Sayer on both ends.
Arun Sayer showing his ability to protect the rim, the security and defense, and then responded to the Friars' attack offensively with their one more pass and their driving kick, or what you would call driving spray.
Arun Sayer is blocking shots right now.
Well, when he's talking about non-rim twos, he's meaning if it's not a layup at the basket.
One for Meyer, he airballed it. Cardette in his face. That's what he's getting at, right? That's where.
Earlier, last game they got a 30-plus threes in the game. Over half. I'm sorry, Connie. You get that travel because of the defender. J.J. Trainer, I talked about the flexibility or the versatility defensively.
Three-point shooting and at the rim. It's Trainer this time. He can't get it. That's Providence's big emphasis today.
Well, they just kicked it to Rich Barron on that play. He should have shot the three. That is what he does, but he leaned in that role.
That was the first foul either way in this game, almost midway through the first half. So DePaul has gone on a 7-0 run. Here's Hopkins, and he ends the run with a three, his second of the night.
Real simple again. I mentioned that Coach Holtman is making a conscious effort to...
It wasn't a turnover. And knocked out. Stays with the Friars on the baseline. Hopkins went back inside, but D'Amico had the resistance. Everybody on the floor for DePaul can hit you from
a dribble handoff or pick and pop.
D'Amico takes the contact. Chance to tie at the line. Troy D'Amico doesn't get a lot of the shine. Only takes 2, 3, maybe 4 shots on a 13-3 run to tie it back up at 18.
Following the scouting report, then the game plan. Attack the paint, make the Friars bigs have the help, and at least...
Here on the take instead. Extra pass, Rivera. Hit that!
Attacking in transition, so now... How do the Friars counterpunch that coming out of this timeout?
This is way better than that Tyson Paul.
The ATO, I love to see how ATOs work after timeout right there. Getting a drive by Joseph, going to his strong hand, getting to the paint.
Hopkins trying to go back door. Meyer picks it off. Paul had fallen. Hopkins off the shot fake. Gives it up for a three.
Goldman comes out of that offensive rebound finish with his hand down low, saying the Friars are too small. You see Friars, Coach English switching up, going smaller, but right now going smaller was 10 opportunities to play small, which puts Hopkins at the 5.
Which was a good lineup for them late in the Rhode Island game. It ended up being a little bit in a question, right? Is can they rebound when they're a little bit smaller? They do here.
Absolutely.
Well, Joseph with the discard.
But you like to see Abdul-Rahim attacking the defensive glass, grabbing rebounds. Let's see right here. I thought he was able to get that.
And right on the lob, and Benson foul. And you can hear the anticipation.
He is always looking for the lob pass, which they've been very successful.
He's a good passer, and I think he's a good lobbyist, too. And
good motor, animated. I mean, this is a guy that came off of playing with a broken nose. The next day, he got a broken nose in practice and pulled his...
On Abdul-Rahim. So since that hot start, Providence has started to give it up. That's 9 turnovers in the
touches. Not fouling and creating turnovers by the Friars travel.
And he told his guys.
DePaul is continuing to try to ISO the Friars bigs on the perimeter.
Arcing three. Bottoms.
Well, Saronico could not do
Aaron. DePaul on a 17-2 run.
DePaul's...
Well, that should have been a turnover. And Providence ends up sending Benson to the free throw line.